Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. The steady beep of the heart monitor is the only sound in the sterile hospital room, echoing against the white walls. I lie there, a cast enveloping my leg from ankle to mid-thigh, an unfortunate souvenir from a recent car accident. Pain meds blur the edges of my consciousness, but I'm lucid enough when my phone vibrates on the small bedside table. Reaching over with a wince, I grab it, expecting another get-well-soon message. Instead, what I see chills me to the bone. The message is from an unknown number, the words stark against the glowing screen: "I'm your wife's lover. She wanted to kill you and put something in your food. I didn't know about it. I'm a cheater but not a murderer." Anger, hot and fierce, cuts through the haze of my painkillers. My heart thunders in my chest, not just from the betrayal but from the shock. Could this be some sort of sick joke? But as my mind races, pieces start falling into place, memories of days when my food tasted off, and the unexplained dizziness that would follow. My wife, Lara's, furtive glances and whispered phone calls now take on a sinister hue. I type back furiously, "Who is this? Why should I believe you?" My fingers tremble over the screen. Seconds stretch into eternity until the phone vibrates again. "I know you won't believe me. I wouldn't either. But check her purse. She keeps a diary. Read the entry from last Thursday." I hesitate. This could be a trap, a way to incite more chaos in my already shattered life. Yet, curiosity and fear propel me forward. I call my brother, Alex, who's been my confidant and rock through the ordeal of my accident. He picks up on the second ring. "Alex, I need you to do something for me," I say, my voice low and urgent. "Anything, man." "What's up?" He sounds concerned. "Go to my house. Check Lara's purse for a diary, and read the entry from last Thursday." There's a pause. "Are you sure about this? Just do it, please," I insist, feeling the desperation creep into my voice. 15 agonizing minutes later, Alex calls back. "Okay, I've got it," he breathes out, and I hear the rustle of pages. "Damn, bro, this is messed up." "What does it say?" My grip on the phone tightens. It talks about her meeting someone, planning. It says she's been adding stuff to your meals. It's all here, in her handwriting. The room spins, and I sink back against my pillow, feeling both vindicated and violated. The truth is as painful as the physical wounds I bear. "Thanks, Alex. I need to think. We'll figure this out, okay? Just focus on getting better," he says before hanging up. Now, with the truth laid bare, a cold resolve settles over me. Lara wanted me gone, dead possibly, for reasons unknown. Her lover, whoever he is, remains a mystery, but he has unwittingly ignited something within me. Revenge, a dark and twisted path, beckons. I begin to plan, each detail meticulous and cold. She thinks I'm incapacitated, vulnerable. But this accident has only sharpened my resolve. I will recover, I will return, and I will make them pay. My mind races with possibilities, each more satisfying than the last. This is just the beginning. Lara, her lover, they don't know it yet, but the game has just changed. And I am no longer just a player, but the master of their fates. As I drift into a restless sleep, the message still glows on my screen, a sinister promise of the storm to come. The hum of the hospital fades into the background as I chart out my next moves. First, I need more information, more allies. Trust is a luxury I can't afford, yet necessity dictates I must lean on others. My first call is to an old college friend, Rita, now a private investigator. Her voice is cool, and even when she answers, "Rita Donovan, how can I help?" "It's me, Mike. I need your services," I say, skipping pleasantries. "Mike." Long time, what's up? Her tone warms slightly, tinged with concern. I believe my wife is trying to kill me, I state bluntly, watching the sunlight flicker across the sterile white tiles of my room. There's a beat of silence. I see. That's heavy, Mike. Are you sure? Her lover sent me a message. He confessed. And there's a diary, I begin, but she cuts me off. Say no more. I'm on it. What do you need? Find out everything about him. Who he is, why he's doing this. I need leverage, I instruct, feeling the chess pieces begin to move in a game much larger than any of us. Got it. I'll be in touch, she replies, and the line goes dead. Next, I call Lena, a tech-savvy cousin who owes me more than one favor. Lena, it's Mike. I need a trace on a phone number. Mike? Wow, sure, send it over, she chirps, and I can almost hear her fingers flying over the keyboard. Minutes tick by, filled only with the beep of my heart monitor and the distant murmur of hospital activity. Then my phone vibrates with incoming information from Lena. Got something. The number's registered under a fake name, but the payments link back to a real account, David Kerns. David Kerns. The name is unfamiliar, but not for long. I relay the information to Rita, adding another layer to our investigation. As I wait, my brother Alex visits, tension etched deeply in his brow. He sits heavily in the chair beside my bed, his eyes troubled. Alex, thanks for coming, I say, noting his discomfort. Mike, this is messed up. Are you sure you want to go down this path? It's not too late to just, let it go, involve the cops, he advises, the words heavy between us. And let her get away with it. No. I need to do this my way, I respond, my resolve stealing. Alex sighs, rubbing his face tiredly. What do you need from me? Just stay close to Laura. Keep your eyes open. I need to know her moves, I say, feeling a twinge of guilt using my own brother this way, but the stakes are too high. I'll do my best. But, Mike, be careful. This isn't a game, he warns, standing to leave. It stopped being a game the moment she decided to poison me, I retort, the bitterness in my voice more potent than any medicine I've been given. The next day, I receive a detailed report from Rita. David Kerns is indeed a real person, a wealthy businessman with ties to less than reputable ventures. Why he's with Laura, why he's warning me, these questions remain unanswered. But now I have a name, a target. Rita's next words are cautious, Mike, this guy's connected. You sure you want to pull on this thread? Yes, I affirm without hesitation. Keep digging. The pieces are moving, the players aligning, and as I lie in my hospital bed, plotting my next move, I realize that this is more than revenge, it's a war. And in war, there is no mercy. The day begins with a dull ache in my leg, but the pain sharpens my focus rather than dulling it. Today isn't just another day of recovery, it's the day I confront David Kerns. My plan is risky, fueled by desperation and the burning need for answers. If David is the key to understanding Lara's betrayal, then I need to turn that key, twist it until the lock snaps open. My phone buzzes early in the morning. It's Rita. I've arranged a meeting. David Kerns will see you at his office today at 3 p.m. He thinks you're considering a business proposal. Be careful, Mike. Thanks, Rita. I know what I'm doing, I reply, though my confidence is more bravado than certainty. With Alex's help, I leave the hospital dressed not as a patient, but as a businessman. Each movement is agony, but the drive for vengeance pushes me forward. Alex drives me across town to a sleek glass building that towers over its surroundings, Kerns' domain. As I step into the foyer, my heart hammers in my chest, not just from the pain, but from the adrenaline of what's about to unfold. The receptionist ushers me into a spacious office on the top floor, where David Kerns awaits. He's younger than I expected, with sharp eyes and a disarming smile. "Mr. Michaels, pleasure to meet you. I understand you have a business proposition," he begins, gesturing for me to sit. "Something like that," I say, easing into the chair, hiding my discomfort. "But first, I'm curious about a different kind of partnership you're involved in. Specifically, with my wife, Laura." David's expression flickers, just for a moment, before he regains his composure. "I believe you have the wrong idea." "I don't think I do," I cut him off, sliding my phone across the table with the damning message displayed. "Care to explain this?" David stares at the message for a long silent moment, then leans back in his chair. "You're in deeper waters than you know, Mr. Michaels. What do you plan to do with this revelation?" "I want the truth, David. Why did Laura want me dead?" He sighs, a sound that seems to carry more sadness than frustration. "It wasn't supposed to go this far. Laura, she's desperate, caught in a situation she can't escape. And she thought she could drag you out of it by removing you." "What situation? What are you talking about?" My voice rises, edged with frustration and pain. David looks directly at me, his gaze steady. "If I tell you, there's no going back. You become part of this, whether you want to or not." "I'm already part of it." "She made sure of that when she decided poisoning me was the solution," I retort sharply. "All right. But we need more privacy than this office provides. Meet me tonight. Here's the address," he says, scribbling something on a piece of paper and sliding it across to me. "Come alone. We'll talk more there." I take the paper, suspicion gnawing at me, but what choice do I have? As I leave his office, supported by my cane, a new kind of dread settles over me. What am I walking into? The day drags on, time stretching taut as I prepare for the evening. Alex offers to come with me, but I refuse. This is something I need to do alone, a path I must walk by myself. Night falls, and I find myself outside an old warehouse at the edge of town. The place reeks of abandonment and decay. As I push the door open, the creak of rusty hinges echoes through the vast, shadowy interior. "Over here, Mr. Michaels," David's voice calls out from the darkness. I follow the sound, my heart pounding in my chest, into the heart of the lion's den, unaware of what awaits but ready to face whatever comes. The game, as perilous as it is, has just escalated to new heights, and I'm all in. The dim light of the warehouse barely pierces the gloom, casting long shadows that play tricks on my eyes. The sound of my footsteps echoes off the cold concrete, a steady reminder of the danger lurking in the unknown. David's figure emerges from the darkness, standing beside a flickering lamp that does little to dispel the shadows. He motions for me to stop, his expression unreadable. "Thanks for coming, Mike. I know this must be unsettling," David says, his voice steady but low. "It's beyond unsettling. It's madness." "Start talking, David. What is Laura entangled in that's worth my life?" I demand, my voice echoing slightly in the vast space. David takes a deep breath, his hands clasped in front of him. "Lara's involved with some very dangerous people. I got roped into it too, through business. It started with money, debts that needed paying. But then it escalated. They wanted more than money, they wanted control. And she thought killing me would solve her problems." I interrupt, anger flaring. "It was never her idea. It was suggested to her, as the only way out. She was desperate, believed it was the only way to protect both of you," David explains, his tone somber. I struggle to process his words, the reality of Lara's desperation painting a stark, disturbing picture. But something doesn't add up. Why warn me? Why betray her if you're in this together? I probe, eyeing him with suspicion. David shifts uncomfortably, looking away briefly before his eyes meet mine again. Because I couldn't go through with it, Mike. I realized that murdering you wasn't the answer. I care about her, but not enough to kill for her. The confession hits hard, a mix of betrayal and relief swirling inside me. Before I can respond, a noise at the entrance catches our attention. We both turn as footsteps approach, multiple figures emerging from the shadows. David. You brought him? A familiar voice calls out. It's Laura, her figure stepping into the dim light, followed by two burly men. Laura. I gasp, my heart sinking. Why? Tears stream down her face as she stops in front of me. I'm so sorry, Mike. I thought this was the only way to save us. They threatened to kill you if I didn't pay them back. I was so scared. One of the men steps forward, a menacing look on his face. Enough chit-chat. You both know too much now. Sorry, but this ends here. Panic surges through me, but as he reaches inside his coat, presumably for a weapon, the warehouse doors burst open. Flashlights cut through the darkness, and police swarm in, shouting commands. Police! Drop your weapons! Hands in the air! Chaos erupts as the men are quickly subdued and handcuffed. Laura and David raise their hands, shock written across their faces. Among the officers, I spot Alex, wearing a bulletproof vest with a police badge. Confusion gives way to realization. Alex walks over to me, his expression serious. Got here as fast as we could after you texted me the location. Are you okay? Relief floods through me, my legs nearly giving out. Yeah, thanks to you. How did you? I wasn't just sitting back. I contacted the police after our last talk. Had a hunch something big was going down tonight, Alex explains, his voice filled with brotherly concern. As the police lead Laura away, she turns to me, her eyes pleading. I never wanted this, Mike. I'm so sorry. Her words echo in my mind as she disappears into a police car. The night's revelations leave a bitter taste in my mouth, the complexity of love and betrayal intertwining like the shadows around us. David walks past me, escorted by an officer. I'm sorry, Mike, he mutters, but I barely hear him. As the warehouse gradually empties and calm returns, I lean on Alex, my thoughts heavy. What now? I ask, more to myself than to him. We rebuild, Mike. It's all we can do, Alex replies, putting an arm around my shoulders. The night air feels cooler as I step outside, the weight of the night's events settling deep in my bones. A chapter closes, a painful one, but the future, uncertain and daunting, still holds a glimmer of hope. As I look up at the stars, I realize that survival isn't just about evading death, it's about understanding the depths of darkness to appreciate the light. And with that, I step into the night, ready to face whatever comes next, knowing I'm not alone.